that? Hey, it's Jonathan. Welcome back. Oh my god, if I have to film this one more time, I'm not going to. This is the final cut. This has to be the final cut. I'm done. So I'm gonna apologize in advance if you hear any background noise. My husband's in there watching TV. So yeah, this video is a little late. I recorded my first video a couple weeks ago, and I did say that I was going to post the second video that following weekend. Obviously, that did not happen. So yeah, to all 4 of you that watch my channel, I'm so sorry. In the first video, I reviewed my very first VoxBox from Influenster. Now, if you watched the last video, you know all about Influenster. If not, I'll give you a brief rundown. Influenster is an app. It's kind of like a social media for product reviews, is how I would describe it. It's really helpful. I'm the kind of person that likes to know about a product before I spend my money on it. So I like to read and watch reviews. I feel like most of us come here to YouTube to watch reviews, but it could be kind of weird, you know, not knowing if they're genuine or not, because so many people get paid to talk about products. So Influencers is just everyday average people like you and I, so I feel like I can trust their opinions more. And you can find reviews on anything on Influencer. There's a review for Kraft mac and cheese or a dog harness, anything. You can find reviews on anything, and you can leave reviews on anything. I will leave the link below if you want to check out Influencer. I definitely recommend it if you're like me and you like to do that research on products before you spend your money. I think it's really beneficial. So they do this thing called VoxBox. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know how they make their selection for who gets a VoxBox. I don't know if it's based off of how active you are on there. I know it has nothing to do with your following because I don't have one. Like, who am I? So I noticed that when I first got the app, I was very active on there. I was constantly reviewing and replying to people and answering questions and stuff like that. So, and I did receive 2 VoxBoxes, and the past several weeks, I haven't been active on there at all. I've been kind of in a weird kind of mood, so, and I haven't received any notifications for like being considered for a VoxBox since then. So I think maybe it has to do with how active you are, possibly. I really don't know. But the first VoxBox that I got was the NYX moisturizing primer that was infused with cannabis sativa oil. In my video, I did say that I liked it, and I still do. Okay. So it's very moisturizing, and it sinks right into your skin, and it smells pleasant. To me, it did. The only thing is, after I used it for a couple weeks, I realized that it just makes my face look really greasy, and my face is already greasy. So I think that that's going to be a big pass for me. I'll go ahead and continue using it until I finish it, because I don't believe in wasting product, and I think it's kind of weird to pass on skincare to someone. That seems kind of gross, to used skincare. I don't know, but yeah, so that's going to be a pass for me. It's not a bad product, it's not for me. If your skin type is different than mine, you might enjoy it. I have combination skin, leaning more towards oily, and anything that is very moisturizing can sometimes make it look more oily. It depends. I personally have a really hard time with skincare, finding one that really works perfectly for me. So that one's going to be a no for me as far as purchasing it again. And when I'm done with it, I won't purchase it. But yeah, this VoxBox I got right after that, and when I got the email about this one, I was really excited, because if you know me, and the 4 of you watching are probably my friends and you do know me, then you know that I love fragrances. My poor husband is probably sick and tired of me spending money on perfumes, but I always get a good deal. I'm a frugal shopper. But yeah, I buy a lot of perfumes. I really, really like them. It's become a very big interest, like very big hobby of mine in the past like year or so. I've become really, really interested, and I've been doing a lot of research on them and just learning more about fragrances in general. I do typically wear women's fragrances. I put that in quotation. I don't believe fragrances should be classified by gender or anything like that. I think scents are very personal, and if you like it, you like it. You shouldn't limit yourself to wearing a men's cologne or a woman's perfume. I think smells are universal. And I typically go more towards sweeter scents, either like a fruity, floral, sweet kind of fragrance, or a more dark, rich, gourmand type sweet fragrance. As long as it's sweet, I'm all about the sweet. So yeah, with this specific fragrance that I got this box, I got the email about it and it told me what it was, and I'm like, okay. So it's a men's fragrance. It's from the house of Giorgio Armani. Now, I've never actually used Giorgio Armani fragrances before. Personally, I've smelt them, but I've never actually worn them. The only one that I remember smelling was the original Aqua de Jo, which it was like a fresh kind of smell. I didn't mind it. It's not something that I would personally wear, but I did like it. It smelled nice. It's a nice smell. It's just not my kind of smell. So when I got the email for this fragrance and it said it was Giorgio Armani, Aqua di Jo, Profondo, I'm like, okay, so it's a flanker to Aqua di Jo. I didn't know there were flankers. Apparently there's other ones as well. I didn't know that. I don't really keep up with this specific house of fragrances. But yeah, I was intrigued, so I went and did a little research, and I read the notes on it, and I'm like, okay, this could be something that I enjoy. Let me see if I can find a little sheet on it. Here we go. So, yeah, the first VoxBox with the NYX moisturizing primer. It came in a box that was like colorful, had like some branding from NYX and little advertisements for the product or whatever. This one is just a black box with Influenster on the top, and yeah, that's it. Just a black box. And inside was just the product itself and some tissue paper. So, which I don't mind. It's simplistic. I like simplicity. So that was the box that came in. Simple. So the product itself, it's this box right here, Aqua di Jo from Giorgio Armani. It is the Profondo flanker, or interpretation, whatever you want to call it. It's a simple packaging. I like the box. It's a very pretty color of blue. I really like this color of blue, and I don't know why it's so appealing to me, but I like it. And it's got the silver writing on there, as well as the Giorgio Armani symbol on top of the box, and then ingredients, etc. Yeah, batch code number, barcode, all that jazz. The bottle is the same. The bottle is also a really pretty blue color, and just simple, and it's got the silver lettering. The cap has the Giorgio Armani logo right there on top. It's not magnetic like some caps are. This one just snaps into place, but it holds up very well. I really like the bottle. It's simple. It just looks clean and sophisticated and sleek, so I like it. I like dropping stuff as usual. I like the packaging and the bottle. I do. So the little flyer that came with it, I apologize in advance. My dog knocked my cup of tea over, so this poor guy has little spots all over him. It's unfortunate because he's very handsome. So this is the flyer that came with it. Aqua di Jo Profondo, the new intensity. We're gonna have to talk about that intensity. So the back of it has a little description. To me, it seems very dramatic. I'll read it real quick for you. Introducing Aqua di Jo Profondo, the new intense marine interpretation of Aqua di Jo. More than a fragrance, the new Aqua di Jo Profondo is a captivating deep dive into the profoundness of the soul, embracing the values of freedom and modern masculinity. Created by perfumer Alberto Morillas, which I don't know who that is. he may be a big deal in the perfume world. I don't really know, so the name means nothing to me. The new scent brings an invigorating blend of bergamot, green mandarin, rosemary, and patchouli that will invite you to reconnect with your deepest nature. To me, that's just a very dramatic description. And two things that really stick out to me is when it says that it is the intense marine interpretation of Aqua de Jo, also has new intensity on the front. I would not describe this scent as intense at all. I would not. I don't understand that. And then it talks about embracing the values of freedom and modern masculinity. Now, I could see where they're coming from as far as saying it's a more modern masculinity, because it does. I do, when I smell it, I do get the feeling of a more modern man, like one that's more metrosexual and isn't so brute and lumberjack like or caveman like. But this doesn't come across overly masculine to me, because it's got a sweetness to it and a little fruitiness to it. The notes are bergamot, green mandarin, rosemary, and patchouli is what it has listed here. I think there's more than that. I didn't look to see online, but I think there's more than just those notes. I don't personally feel like I get much of a complexity to this scent when I smell it. I'll just describe to you what it smells like to me. So the atomizer on this is nice. Just decent distribution. My husband said this reminded him of aftershave. I think he likes it, but he did say it reminded him of aftershave. I don't particularly smell aftershave when I smell this. I smell actual shaving cream. Well, not like your old school Barbasol, like that kind of shaving cream, but like the Gillette gel shaving cream, the blue gel. It kind of smells similar to that, but with fruitiness added in, if that makes sense. And I mean that in the best way possible, because it does smell nice. I like it. But yeah, it kind of smells like that Gillette blue shaving gel with like a fruity aspect, and then a little bit of like a it has a little bit of earthiness to it, I guess, from the patchouli, which kind of makes it a little kind of stifling, but not like a unpleasant stifling. I'm not sure if maybe that's not the word to use. It's very nice though. Yeah. I really like it. I was very surprised. I didn't think that I would, because like I said, most men's fragrances are kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure why they think that men want to smell like dirt, leather, and pepper. I feel like every time I smell a men's cologne, is either super fresh and aquatic, like a sport stick deodorant or something, or it smells like leather, pepper, and dirt. I don't know why they assume men don't want to smell sweet, smell like a snack, because I certainly do. But yeah, Gillette Blue Gel shaving cream, shaving gel, and fruity accords with that kind of patchouli, earthy, musky kind of dry down. But the weird thing is, now when I smell it from like this sweater here, it's not as prominent, but but when I spray it on my skin, it's very prominent. I pick up a creaminess, and I don't know why or where it's coming from, because I don't see any of these notes as like a creamy note. I mean, you have bergamot and you have mandarin and patchouli and what was it, rosemary. I don't know that I think of those and think of creamy, but I get a creaminess from it, and I can't really explain that. But to my nose, which my nose is not that sophisticated, I'm not the best at describing scents or picking up individual notes in a scent. But to me, I really do get I get a creaminess from it. And I don't know if it's just the way it's all blended together or what, but I get a weird creaminess on the dry down too. It's like a musky, earthy kind of creamy smell. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. But that's just what my nose picks up. But yeah, so that's the scent. A very weird description. I promise It may not sound that appealing, but it really is nice. When I smell it, I do get the marine um correlation that they're going off. I do smell this and think of like being on the water. Um, it does smell very aquatic and marine-like to me. I could see this. This is definitely a summer scent for sure. You could wear it all day, every day, any season, whatever. I don't know that it would cut through the cold weather. Um, but I think it'd be fine for any other season. It'd be fine year round, but any other season will be maybe a little better performance rather than being in the cold. Um, so with this, I do get like the correlation to like marine and all that. I can picture being out on the water and smelling like this at the beach or out on the lake or whatever. I do smell this and immediately think of summertime on the water. So I guess if that's the feeling they wanted to invoke with this, they did their job, because I definitely think of that. As far as performance, projection is adequate. It's not great. It's not amazing. I do overspray when I wear this. I overspray like crazy because it's not a lot of projection, and I like my fragrances to project. I want them loud. I want everyone to know I'm coming in the room. So this one, the projection is adequate, but it's not great. I do have to overspray it. It doesn't last that long. Now, you will still smell this at the end of the day, but you yourself will smell it on you. If you bury your face in your shirt. It'll last a couple hours, as far as like, that little cloud around you, maybe a couple hours. But for the most part, it dies down pretty quickly and is more of a skin scent. Now, if someone comes in to give you a hug or whatever, maybe they'll smell it and be like, "Ooh, you smell good." But other than that, it's not going to project very far, and it's not going to be like a strong, powerful scent the entire day. After maybe just a couple hours, it'll be mostly a skin scent, but it's a pleasant skin scent. Price point. So obviously I got this free to test out for you guys from Influenster, but I did look up, and this is, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, this is the 1.35 ounce bottle. 1.35. So this size bottle retails for, I think, like $75-$80, somewhere around there. So it's pretty pricey for a little bottle like this, I guess. I personally don't know. I guess you're really paying for the name, the Giorgio Armani. I think that's a hefty price for this size of bottle, given the performance of it. If this was a scent that's going to last me all day with 1 or 2 sprays, then I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, sign me up. I'll spend $80 on it. But with it being with it having a performance of like a body spray or a body mist, I couldn't see myself spending $75-$80 on, not even, yeah, I couldn't. But it might be, fragrances are different. They perform different on everyone. Your body chemistry has a lot to do with it. So maybe you would spray this on and you would smell it strong for hours and hours. It really depends. So when it comes to fragrances, I'd always encourage people to not go off of reviews. Like, it's okay to watch reviews to see, to learn more about the notes and stuff like that, and it's fun to hear their interpretation and their opinions on it. But when it comes to fragrances, I don't think any fragrances are like safe as a blind buy. Now I've been lucky and I've made some blind purchases, like, oh, they described this as this, I'm going to buy it too, and I liked it. But I think that's more of luck. I don't think that's really, I think blind buying a fragrance is very tricky. I always recommend you smelling them first. It's a fairly new fragrance, and you can definitely find it at your major department stores. I know with the quarantine and everything going on, it's hard to find somewhere that's open. So I would suggest, like, if you wanted to give this a shot, I would wait until your stores open back up, your Ulta, Sephora, whatever, and they'll have this there, and I would give it a sniff, see if you like it, and if you do, I'd spray it on you, and see how it wears throughout the day before you go spend $80 on a little bitty bottle of body spray. But yeah, So that's my thoughts on it. I do, like I said, I do like it. I like the smell a lot. It smells really good. My thing is, if it would last longer and it had more projection, better projection and longevity, I think I could see myself repurchasing it because I do like the smell. Although it's not the typical smell that I would go for. I like things that are significantly more sweet, but it does have a sweetness to it, I guess, with the fruits and whatever is causing that creaminess. I don't know, but it does smell really, really good, and I do enjoy it a lot. So I could potentially repurchase this. I would not pay full retail price. I would buy it off of a website like maybe Fragrance Net or Fragrance X or Perfume.com or something like that, where you can get it significantly discounted. 'Cause I would never pay full price for this. I definitely could not. I would hate myself for spending that much money on that. But I definitely would recommend giving this scent a shot. If you like, if any of those notes or if my description sounds appealing to you, which I know is an odd description, I would give it a shot. I definitely think it's worth trying. You never know, you might like it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're not done yet. I almost forgot. I know in my first video, I did say that I'm gonna do like a scent of the day in every video. And although the video is about this is not my scent of the day. I like it, but it's, yeah, that's I did not reach for that this morning. My scent of the day today was Poison Girl from Dior. Now, if you don't know much about the House of Dior, they have plenty of successful fragrances. Their Poison line seems to be is one of the most popular ones. They had the original Poison, which was in like I think a greenish kind of bottle. Same shape to it, but it was, I think it was green. I don't know, but it's called Poison. Then they had Hypnotic Poison, which is the red bottle. That's one of the more, I think that's probably the most famous and well-known of the Poison line. But yeah, Hypnotic Poison. They have Pure Poison, they have Poison Girl. They have a couple different ones, but Poison Girl is the one that I have. It's in a clear bottle with this like, it's a very odd color of juice. Kind of looks pink in certain light, but not really. I don't know. What really matters is the juice inside and the smell of it. This is very sweet. Now, if you'd like sweet scents, really sweet scents, you'll probably like it. If you don't like sweet scents, I wouldn't even bother trying to smell this. It's hyper overly sweet. It's very like almondy, sugary, slightly powdery. Yeah, even a little bit powdery, but just super duper sweet. It just smells like literally it just literally smells like liquid sugar, which is why I like it. This is the eau de parfum. This is not the eau de toilette. There's the eau de toilette version, which is like lighter, and supposedly doesn't last as long, but this is the eau de parfum, and I will say that the projection on this is great, but the longevity is not amazing to me. Like, it doesn't take very long for this not to be projecting that much, at least to me. I can smell it now and I spray it and it smells great. And in just a little while, this will be at a point where it's not projecting a lot. But it does last a good while. I could go to sleep right now, wake up tomorrow morning, and I'll still smell it on me. So longevity is great. Projection is moderate. Maybe a little better than moderate. Just better than this, but not the best. Nothing like something like strong, like Pink Sugar or from Aqua or the Rihanna scents, like that Rebel Fleur. Oh, that thing is loud and will last you all day. But yeah, Poison Girl from Christian Dior, scent of the day. One of my favorites, one of my recents. I just recently got it, but it's quickly become one of my favorites. I really, really like it. So yeah, I will definitely try to be posting, I'll definitely try to post my videos more consistently now that I've become a little more accustomed to this quarantine life. It's been kind of weird. I've not been okay mentally and physically. So I've just been kind of in a kind of mood, but I think I'm getting over it. Things are slightly back to normal as far as like stores reopening, and I don't know. It seems like things are starting to come out of this weird funk we've been in. And my head's a little more clear. So I'm going to be posting more regularly. I'm definitely going to be a lot more active on the Influenster app. And I'm hoping to have another video for you guys by the end of this week. I'm not going to make any promises this time because I know life's really weird right now. We never know how we're going to feel or what's going to happen. But at this point in time, I'm planning on having one up by the end of the week. But even still, I will definitely be uploading more consistently. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know whenever I do upload, since my upload schedule is so mysterious right now, because it could be tomorrow, it could be next month, apparently, because I'm very inconsistent, or I have been. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.